Implementation. User Management Kali Linux. Armin Shariarian.
Implementation User Management Kali Linux. Number 1. Adding a new user. The journey begins with the user add command, which allows you to create a new user. Along with this, it's essential to set up a home directory for the user and assign them to the supplemental sudo group. Understanding groups. Linux categorizes groups into two types, primary and supplemental. While the primary group is the default group assigned to a user, supplemental group offer additional permissions and access. Assigning the bash shell. Every user in Kali Linux is associated with a shell, and the bash shell is commonly assigned to new users. This shell is the user's interface to the Linux system. For add a new user, go to Kali Linux and open terminal. I can use root access, and I can user add command and type user, for example NASA, user add NASA name, this name is user, enter. User is add successfully. Setting the root password. The root user is the super user in Linux, and it's imperative to set a secure password for this account. The passwd command allows you to establish or change the root password. I can set password for this user with passwd command. Passwd and type user. Enter. New password set. And navigating as the new user. Once the new user is set up, you can switch to this user and navigate to their home directory. Commands like pwd help you determine your current directory, while Ctrl-D clears the terminal screen. With command pwd show, I can use root access, and I can go to new user to add. With command su user, I can go to NASA user and use pwd command and root. Understanding user capabilities. Users with sudo permissions have elevated rights, allowing them to execute binaries and perform tasks that regular users can't. The id command provides insights into users' ID, primary group, and supplemental group. Viewing login user, logged in user view. The whoami command is a handy tool that displays information about the currently logged in users, including their login method, IP address, and login time. I can use who am I for this user, who am I for this user. This user is NASA. And exit this user. Who am I? This user is root. And ID for user root, user ID 0 for root, group ID 0 for root. And I go to new user and user ID is 1005 for NASA and group ID 1005 for NASA. And for delete a user at time, you might need to remove a user from the system. This can be achieved using a specific command, but remember to use the sudo keyword if you encounter permission issues. For delete a users, I can use user del command and type user. This user is deletes the system. Su NASA user does not exist. User NASA does not exist because delete this user with user del command. And with this command I can use this user join to root group and grant access with this command. For example, I can add new user add NASA and passwd command NASA set password and granted access NASA to root with this command and go to user NASA who am I NASA and ID group ID groups NASA join roots is granted access exit.